Hey everybody, welcome back and thanks for watching this video. Today we're going to be talking about the Thor Ragnarok trailer that was fucking awesome. Uh, I don't know if I've seen a trailer that good in a long time. It got me excited for the movie, which is more than I can say about some of the other Thor trailers. Not for this movie, this is the first time we've seen anything, but just in terms of Thor, the first one was good, directed by Kenneth Branagh. Introduced us to Loki, but Thor: The Dark World was such an utter mediocre disappointment that I think a lot of people needed something with Thor to get them excited and hyped up. So the choice of Taika Waititi doing the directing here, he did Things We Do in the Shadows and some other movies, some indie films. Very quirky, very weird man, or at least in terms of the things he's directing. So he's a very interesting choice for Thor. I think they're kind of leaning towards Chris Hemsworth is his comedic chops. He's a very funny guy. He's very interesting, very personable. So for them to write the script this way and give him some room to breathe instead of just be the straight up muscle-bound Thor guy is really great. So hopefully Chris Hemsworth comes off really, really good in his own movie finally, instead of being the guy that is kind of just in the background and is a nice thing to look at. Thor really needs a good movie to his name. Hopefully Thor Ragnarok delivers. I don't know really what to think about them kind of co-opting the Planet Hulk storyline. The reason why they're doing that is because Universal Studios currently owns the rights to release and distribute solo Hulk films. So they're kind of getting around that by co-opting Thor Ragnarok and the Ragnarok storyline, which I don't really know which one they're using. They have many, many ones to use, and throwing it, or if they're just using if they're probably just using the title Ragnarok because that means the end of the world kind of thing, and throwing Thor into the Planet Hulk scenario where Thor is kind of taking the place probably of the Silver Surfer. The Planet Hulk storyline is written by Greg Pak, art by Carlo Pagulian, and some other artists as well. I think it was like for 12 issues. Really, really good storyline. Okay, sorry about that. Quick cut. Had to go get my Planet Hulk hardcover here. This is it. It's really thick, really beautiful art. Like I said, Carlo Pagulian. This thing's upside down for some reason. It's weird. Beautiful, beautiful art. Look at that, if you can see it. Great stuff. But 10 or 12, so basically the Illuminati had decided, the Illuminati being Reed Richards, Iron Man, Namor, Doctor Strange, and T'Challa, Black Panther, deciding that Hulk was too dangerous for the world, and they sent him off into space, and he crash lands on this alien planet. He becomes a gladiator, slave type thing. He rises out of that, similar to Spartacus, frees the slaves, becomes the ruler of that world. However, shit goes wrong. The world explodes, and Thor gets pissed off. That's basically that storyline in a nutshell. The sequel to that storyline is called World War Hulk, where Hulk comes back to Earth, really pissed off, wants revenge on the Illuminati, and battles the Marvel heroes for dominion over the Earth. Also really good. That has art by David Finch, covers by David Finch, art by John Romita Jr. Both really good artists. So instead of doing a solo Hulk movie and striking a deal with Universal like they're doing for Sony and with Spider-Man and things like that, they're just going, nope, we're not doing anything like that. We're not cutting any special deals. We're going to keep all the money to ourselves. We're Marvel, we're Disney, we're the kings of pop at this point. We can do no wrong, according to the fans, some fans anyway. And we're going to throw in Hulk and give him a sidekick role to Thor, and we're just going to see where it goes. So you have Jeff Goldblum in this movie playing the Grandmaster, who is the Collector's brother in the comics. He was played in Guardians of the Galaxy by Benicio del Toro. So we will see if they come together at all in Infinity War. They're supposed to be like these ultimate beings in the Marvel Universe, more powerful than other people, but almost like godlike figures. So we'll see kind of where that goes. But he seems to be the Grandmaster I'm talking about, the guy pulling the strings on this planet. And so you have the introduction of Valkyrie, which is a Hulk character or a Thor character. She was not in the Planet Hulk storyline, so it seems like we're throwing elements of Planet Hulk into this Thor movie because there's not really a whole bunch of Thor stories that are classic that we can adapt. Um, Unfortunately, at this point, I think if they were to do the J. Michael Straczynski Thor run, that would be a great run for them to adapt. However, it doesn't really fit into this timeline of where they're at right now in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So that's kind of why you got these Hulk elements coming in. Um, Another interesting thing coming out of this Thor Ragnarok trailer was Hela, played by Cate Blanchett. Really great actress. If you don't know who she is, she played Galadriel in the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit films. She was kind of that ethereal elfin queen who got the One Ring in Fellowship of the Ring, and her face turned all black and white and stuff, and she was talking in this really weird voice to Frodo, as if, like, you would not want to give me the ring because I would take all the power for myself. That lady right there. She's been in a lot of other movies. She most recently won an Oscar a few years ago, opposite Kate Mara, Rooney Mara, the other one. Forget what the movie was called. But anyway, she's a really well-respected and really good actress, and it's nice to see Marvel going for these actors that have a lot of respect and a lot of talent, similar to them getting Benedict Cumberbatch for Doctor Strange. They're probably, he's probably getting a little bit more money than Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth got for the first Cap or Thor films. And, he's more Benedict Cumberbatch more respected than those guys, at least in terms of his acting quality when he first joined on than them. But we're talking about Cate Blanchett. She looks really, really not terrifying, but intimidating in this movie. There was a shot with Hela and her big headdress. So if you see the shot with the lady with the big antlers looking things coming out of her head, that is how Hela looks in the comics. As far as we know, she always looks like that. That is part of her hair or headdress or whatever the heck it is, but she always appears in the comics with that giant headdress. Seems like this movie, similar to Thor's winged helmet that he only had for a few scenes in the first movie, they're going to do away with that very quickly because it's probably very cumbersome. Similar to Loki's horned helmet, in the first movie, got away with that very quickly, very cumbersome. Although, what is cool is that it seems like Taika Waititi is kind of bringing those elements back. We did see the Hela headdress, we did see a version of Thor's helmet in the Gladiator Arena where he pulls those things up, and they're like his winged helmet. You also saw Loki with some knives, having a smaller version of his horned helmet or crown. So it's nice for them to bring the comic book stuff back into those movies. I love all the costuming in these Thor films. They have a really, really great costume director. I don't know if they have the same one for all the Marvel movies, most likely, or at least for each series of films, but the Thor costumes are ones that I always stand up and take notice to. I think they're really well done. So I'm glad that they are bringing back the helmets in this movie. I think they can be done. You just have to find a right way to do them and design them in such a way that they look good on camera and not just as, oh, cool, that's what it is in the comics. Like, sometimes you see things done in cosplay that look great. Sometimes they look stupid, even though they're comic book accurate. So, you kind of have to bend things around to try and get it to fit your universe. But all in all, Thor Ragnarok looks great. Really excited for this movie. Comes out this fall. And hope you guys are excited for it too. And we will see you next time.